all this cinematic universe stuff, though, Raul,
Hmm.
there is actually an even bigger, more crazy cinematic universe that's
Oh
about to
yeah.
submerge. And I know you know what I'm talking about, but these guys don't. So let's tell them. We got the Beatles movies? Question mark.
Yep.
This comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter. Raul, take it away.
So, days after Paramount's Bob Marley One Love overperformed in its opening weekend at the box office, Sony Pictures chief Tom Rothman stole a bit of the spotlight February 20th in unveiling not one, but four intersecting feature films from Sam Mendes about the Beatles, each focusing on one member of the Fab Four: John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. You have to match, and here's a quote from Rothman, you have to match the boldness of the idea with a bold release strategy, Rothman tells The Hollywood Reporter about, about the project that earned the Oscar-winning director a coveted sign-off from the group selective label Apple Corps. There hasn't been an enterprise like this before, and you can't think about it in a traditional releasing terms. Sony hopes the films, which don't yet have writers on board, will begin shooting in the UK in mid-2025 to make the planned 2027, that's not a real number, release for all four titles, with the studio expecting to shoot them together. The studio won't have a sense of the film's budget until scripts are written, but this is likely a large-scale undertaking given that there are four separate period films, and Mendes was aligned with Sony on theatrical being essential for the project.
Ooh.
This is nuts. We got the DCU, we got the MCU, now we got the BCU. We got the Beatles here forming their own cinematic universe.
Heck
This
yeah.
is so weird and trippy to me. I mean, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I'm just like, can this be done? I mean,
Do you
like,
think it can be done?
well, why not? I mean, four separate movies for each of the four members of the Beatles, like rather than just like do one biopic. And then I don't know, are they going to do like an Avengers style thing where after they release the four movies, they do just like
The
an
Beatles
Avengers style
movie?
like Beatles movie where they finally all meet and they start, they start the band and all that stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. I don't know how I feel one way or another. I like I was trying to think. Where am I? Hold on, I lost the. Oh, Sam Mendes, who is the director of Skyfall, and I
Yeah.
love Skyfall. I think he's a great director, and he's got a great sense of of cinematography and style and all that stuff. So I think that, and to see that those sensibilities put in a period film, with the
Mm.
Beatles, that's intriguing to me. So I like the idea that Sam Mendes is attached, and yeah, it's
I
it's odd. It's odd. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
Do you think
How do you feel about it, Kevin?
every movie do you think would be like 2.5 hours long for each person? Like how do you decide whether Ringo gets more hours than Paul McCartney? You know what I mean? Like
Ringo's is going to be the shortest one.
it's a 30-minute film. Poor guy. Oh man. But like, yeah, I mean, McCartney is gonna have like the longer storyline. Maybe John Lennon, perhaps for sure.
Lennon?
Maybe like who's the most interesting one? Who do we want to give more attention to? Uh,
Yeah. Like, are they gonna show in each of their respective movies? Are they gonna show their time with the Beatles? And then when they all went solo afterward, that'd be intriguing to also see afterwards, like their solo lives. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know.
Well, I also think of like, the Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame were filmed together at the same time by the Russo brothers. And so they were going back and forth filming different films at a time. So that's just two films. And they did that in, what, like 2 years, maybe? Right? So now they got to do it
Yeah.
twice as long. And you're going to tell me you're going to do that in 2 years? Oh, my God. Maybe, not as much CGI as the universe of Marvel, but like, maybe they can do it. Can Shawn Mendes alone do this and handle this on his own? I mean, that's just like a whole thing, I suppose.
Sam Mendes.
Oh, did I say John Mendes?
You said Shawn Mendes.
Oh, well, he's a great singer, and
Not the same.
he'd
Yeah.
be a fantastic director. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's switching careers now.
Yeah, he wants to be a director, but
Yeah,
hey, it's still musically inclined, right? So
it's still,
it's
yeah, exactly. Still
no,
about music.
but Sam Mendes, I'm I don't know what to think other than okay.
I don't either. Yeah, sure. Like I don't know. We'll see when a trailer comes out for one of these. I don't even know how this could be done. Like what's the I don't know. How are they going to angle it? Again, are they going to show all of them together in each of their separate movies at some point, or are they just going to focus on each of them separately? And then
My
are they
thought is,
I don't know.
I would assume that they would tell from beginning to end each of their stories, like the way that they interacted with each other, and then like they'll always have scenes that if you watch the John Lennon movie, you'll only see certain John Lennon scenes, but then there's always going to be those cross scenes where like all the characters met up one time, and so that scene will always be in the movie for each movie, but it'll be from different points of view in
I
each
was just
movie.
about to say that. Yeah. Maybe they could do
So
that.
but like that's like maybe 12 hours of footage, man. Like that's insane. That's
Yeah.
incredible. So I don't know. We'll
Also, you have to
we'll see.
bank on the fact that all of them will be successful too. It's like I don't know. Who's gonna which movie's gonna be the more expensive or not the more expensive the one that makes more money than the others? Like are like I don't know. What if one does well but the other one doesn't? Like is that I don't know. Is that gonna be a problem? I don't know. It's this is just so I'm fascinated and confused and a whole bunch of different things at once
Well,
as
also
to
the last thing I got to mention is that Apple themselves were like, "Cool, do it. Like here's the rights to the music."
yeah,
Like if Apple is feeling confident about this, maybe there's something to actually look forward to, cuz
we'll
I
see.
guess when you think about it, it is kind of hard to just tell a Beatles movie storyline with just them. I don't know. Maybe you could just do a Beatles movie, I guess, but like they just want to really dive into each character and make it more interesting and
Yeah,
fascinating. And it's definitely something that we've never seen before in a movie like a music cinematic universe kind of thing. Like that's
right.
kind of unheard of. So there's always a first for everything. I
Uh,
say give it a chance and see what
yeah,
the trailers start to look like, and we'll go from there.
I'm curious to see what further developments come from this as we go on, and I'm curious to see what how this continues and how this um evolves and forms. So whatever news in the future that comes out, I'm really interested in.